Hey there, welcome to the second week of Go Ask Gabby. Although I should say it's the third week, but only the second filming, as week 2 is my 50th birthday. I was a little busy. I've actually had to run around to find a place to get by myself since I'm still at events with people. But I really wanted to keep this going. I appreciate the questions that have been coming in. So we're going to do one question and get these out one question at a time to you. And let us know your thoughts on the responses. If you have your own suggestions, we're a community here. We're all looking to lean into loving better. Okay, so today's question: how much should I discuss my relationship or marriage problems with my friends? Great question. Sometimes we want to vent, sometimes we want advice. And whether we have good intentions or bad intentions, maybe we want validation and we're just seeking comfort. Whatever your intentions are, you want to make sure that you... Oh, thought there was another person coming. You want to make sure that you are talking to the right people, right? So let's look at some of the basics here. First of all, who are you going to talk to? How are you going to talk to them? When are you going to talk to them? And what's the context for talking to them? So first of all, just be careful who you vent to, right? I mean, I have some great friends who listen to me and my beloved, and our relationship is awesome and solid. And if I said, hey, I need to vent, they're like, great, how many minutes do you need? I'd say, okay, 3. All right, go for it. And they know to both listen to me and not listen to me. They're not going to take me seriously. They're not going to think any less of my beloved. If it's someone who already has a problem with your beloved, you just make sure that you're not leaving an impression that is going to be longer lasting for them than it is for you. Now, as I just mentioned before, if you're going to vent, actually say that you're venting. This is part of the how. Declare it. I'm upset right now and I need to vent about my beloved. That's more than a discussion, but just acknowledge that that's what you're doing. Are you seeking advice? Are you looking to vent? Declare what is actually happening. Now, if this is a pattern for you, you might want to say, are you always complaining about your relationship, or are you being generative about your relationship? Hopefully you have friends around you that will listen to you vent and hold space for you. And after all of that, will say, are you done? Are you interested in generating something? What is it that you want? What is it that you're committed to? In the case of For Better Love, many of you out there, and certainly Raj and I, have our For Better Love marriage map. If you're not married, some of you call it a shared relationship vision. And we use that to anchor to who do we want to be. So if we're in conflict and having a difficult time, we can go to that. Who do we say we want to be as a couple? Not what the circumstances say or who's right or who's wrong, but who do we say we are? That's that declaration. And if you want to create your own vision, go ahead and check out the website, forbetter.love, and look on the courses page and the Creating Your Marriage Map. And you can do it on your own, you can do it fully supported, and a few options in between are coming up very soon. But create a vision, your own way, our way, whatever path works for you. But being intentional when you're not in conflict and declaring who you are as a couple is a great way to create your couple culture, create the context for how you're going to live your lives together. Are you going to be people that complain and vent and seek just the comfort of other people? Or are you going to be people who are going to surround yourself with people that listen to your relationship as awesome and looking to lift you up and lift your relationship up and lift your beloved up? Not because of who's right or wrong, but because of their honoring of your love and your commitment between the two of you. So make sure, I think the most important message here is just be careful. I actually will admit that I once bought a greeting card. I don't think I ever sent it, but I bought a greeting card that said, if you have something not so nice to say, come sit next to me. Don't do that. Don't do that. You want to actually find someone who is, again, as we said, going to listen and not listen to you. Take you seriously enough for your feelings and honor them in the moment, but not get significant and stuck in them. To bring in some tips and some tools. It might be like the OCC, take ownership, See where you can find compassion for your beloved's experience, and then make a suggestion and move forward in creativity. Or maybe it'll be the tool for Bibto, both is better than one, and look for what does your beloved want and what do you want, and how are those two actually synergistic if you both got a little bit of those. Experiment, but the point is to create the context for your relationship. Create a relationship culture that is intentional. Your intimacy will keep getting better and better and better if you are being intentional. I don't know about you, but my willy-nilly is a bit of a mess. I can be cranky. I can be, focused on my own needs, and it takes some intention sometimes, or habit or practice, to keep staying focused on speaking about my partner the way I want to be speaking about them. Now, one way also that Raj and I speak highly of each other and not, trash talk each other, we have a wedding vow that says, I promise to honor our marriage and you and always speak highly of you. So that's a game you could play, is what if you never disparage your beloved? Now, it might be the behavior and you're frustrated and talking about that, but what if you just made it a rule, a practice, that you never disparage your beloved? And if you were going to vent, you made sure, hey, I'm just frustrated, just don't take this too seriously, but here I go. That's loving better. That's leaning into not giving into your reactions and triggers, but actually being able to step up and be generative and be who you said you wanted to be in your relationship vision. So I hope that answers your question. How much do you discuss with your relationship problems with your family and friends? It's not how much you discuss with them, it is who you discuss it with. Although I will say one thing on the how much. I have worked with many clients, and including in my own relationship, where we've had a list of a few things to say, these areas are actually private. And these are the few people you can talk about this issue with. These are the issues I don't want you to talk about with anyone. And these are the issues that, you can talk to anyone about those. Now, obviously, so many things fall through the cracks, but especially, if there are those things that are important and private to you, get on the same page about those. And it's not to control each other, but it's to respect each other's privacy. And that might be different for what that means for each of you, but you care about each other's happiness and experience. So find what that happy medium is for you. And when you're going to be venting, just pick that person carefully, pick that person wisely. All right, that's it for Go Ask Gabby today. Send in your questions. This week we were doing Fights Clean before, and now we're going to be going into Sex Dirty before. So look out for those topics and our blog next week on that. And any questions, they don't have to be in that topic, but it's always fun when they are. Thanks so much. Here's to loving better. Well done.